It is Cosmo and Kat Show. We've gotten texts, we've gotten Facebook posts, and we just wanted to have an open line of communication with everyone this morning because what happened yesterday in Kansas City was, all in one span, one of the best days ever and the most unbelievable,
horrific day ever. Mm-hmm.
Lisa Lopez Galvin lost her life. 9 gunshot wound victims of kids, 6 to 15 years old. 22 total shot. 3 in custody at this time that we know of. You know, you mentioned the quote earlier, Kat, about look for the helpers.
Mm-hmm.
The famous Mr. Rogers quote.
Yeah, his mom told him whenever he was a boy and he would see something bad on the news, she would say, look for the helpers. You will always find people who are helping.
Well, earlier this morning, we got a phone call from a woman named Kim, who is from the Rolla St. James area, who was there and was certainly a helper and shared with us her firsthand account of what happened, and we want to share part of that with you. It's a really long conversation. We stayed on the phone with her for a long time, and that was part of what we wanted to do this morning, Kat, was to be available to anyone who was feeling any kind of way that felt they needed to talk.
Right.
And so I want to share you part of this story that she shared with us a few moments ago.
Yeah, I also want to talk. I was up in Kansas City last night, and the little girl standing next to me got shot.
Oh, my goodness.
Luckily, I am a 14-year veteran paramedic. I'm retired, but
okay.
I was able to control the bleeding, talk to her, talk to the parents. It was a very, very surreal. Oh God, I didn't even say it. I haven't even been asleep yet.
Thank God you were there.
Yeah. I do home health down here in St. James, Rolla, and I can't even go to work today. I thank God that the cops were there. They had extra cops there. Mm-hmm. There was nurses that were out there, you know, celebrating, other paramedics, you know, so on and so forth. If it would have been for us and them, most of the victims would have died. 3 packs.
That was the blessing that, you know, we talked about it yesterday leading up to it, about the fact that there was going to be 600 officers from Kansas City and then 300 more from surrounding areas there. And, you know, doubling up, tripling up on EMTs, on paramedics, just to be on standby when you have a massive crowd like that. And you're right.
You never have enough.
Yeah.
When you've got that many people, and I've worked New York City after 9/11. I did Katrina. I did the tornadoes in Joplin that wiped out the whole town.
Wow.
You never, ever, ever have enough people. I don't care if you're first responders, if you're police, if you're EMS, or even if you know CPR. You never, ever, ever have enough people. And luckily so far, I feel so bad for the one lady that passed away. That's killing me right now. I've got PTSD with what life went through. I served in the Army for 9 years. You know, I've seen a lot there, but this here was supposed to be something happy, something glorious, something to celebrate again the state of Missouri. You know, and here, for some reason, it turned into a battleground. And that's what it looked like. When everybody was running, it looked like a battleground. And that's what it reminded me of. It just, the little girl that I had, all she kept saying was, Mommy, Mommy, please, Mommy, Mommy, please.
Oh, my gosh. Kim, Again, we talked with Kim for a long time a little while ago, and we still have even more of this conversation that we are feeling led to share with you. because we want to look for the helpers and know that there was people there. She was supposed to be there.
Yeah.
In that place to save that little girl's life.
And it's easy for, I can't even imagine the trauma. I can't even imagine what Kim has to face from here on out, just from what she's seen in it sounds like all kinds of areas of her life. But from yesterday, I don't know. I don't even have words, but I know that, like you said, she was supposed to be there, or that little girl may not have made it. And it's people like that. Kim is an angel on earth. I mean, was there at the right moment, went into go mode, went into work mode, did what she had to do. And it's finally, she said, when we were talking to her, she had just gotten home back to the Raleigh St. James area like 20 minutes prior to that, so maybe not even an hour ago, she finally got home.
Yeah.
Hasn't even been to sleep yet. And my prayer for anyone who witnessed anything, anyone being shot, who helped in any way, any of the victims, I am like praying profusely for them to look at the blessing side of it, that they were where they were supposed to be at that very moment, to be able to make a difference in the day for people's lives to be saved.
Absolutely. We will share you more of Kim's story in about 15 minutes here on the Cosmo Kat Show on Y107. Again, the phone lines are open. Please, no matter how you're feeling today, we want to ask that question. How are you feeling? How are you handling the range of emotions, the anger, the grief, all the different stages of all of it? Please, if it's not us, talk to someone this morning, today, and make sure that you get those feelings out. Cosmo and Kat Show here on Y107. We keep going with this theme, Kat, of that infamous Mr. Rogers quote that you had, that we used for part of our mid-motivation this morning, of look for the helpers.
Yeah, Mr. Rogers said that when he was a boy and he would see something bad on the news, then his mom would tell him, look for the helpers. You will always find people who are helping.
We have gotten many messages from you guys. We just knew that this morning we had to do a show like we've done today. It was not the show that we originally had planned, that we were originally hoping for. After listening and watching the parade and all the celebratory that was going on, we were ready to celebrate that way. And unfortunately now, we just want to talk. And we know that you're feeling the same way we are. You've got all kinds of emotions going on. Those of you who are parents, we heard from Melissa on the text line, and then she called in that she feels guilty because they were going to go and bring their kids and go as a family and celebrate, and they didn't. And now there's some kids without a mom in Kansas City, and 9 other kids that are gunshot victims that are the same age of so many of your kids, 6 to 15 years old. Kim is a retired EMT and was in the military. She was there with folks celebrating like so many others, and a 14-year-old girl got shot right next to her, and she jumped into medic mode.
When everybody was running, it looked like a battleground, and that's what it reminded me of. It just, the little girl that I had, all she kept saying was, "Mommy, mommy, please, mommy, mommy, please."
Mm-hmm. I can't even imagine, as a mom, seeing your child shot, laying there, crying out to you like that, not knowing what happened, what's going on, the chaos of the moment. People are running for their lives around you, and you've got to protect your child from getting trampled, and yourself. I cannot even fathom. And the fact that anyone in Kansas City was even put in that situation just pisses me off really bad.
No, Kim called. It's been about an hour ago, almost an hour ago, and we talked to her for a long time because she was struggling as a EMT who was there and she explains a little bit in the rest of our conversation, that she struggled with a little bit of PTSD from her military service, from being in some situations. And then here she is going to the Super Bowl parade, and all of a sudden, all the gunshots, are triggering this. But her training saved a girl's life yesterday.
This was a celebration that turned into be a battleground, and it shouldn't have been. It shouldn't have been. They do have 3 in custody. One did have a gun in his hand when they literally tackled him, probably not even, I'd say, 50 feet from me.
Let me tell you something. I know that I can't even imagine what you've seen. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service yesterday. I can't even imagine what you've seen or what you've gone through. And the PTSD is real. But let me tell you something. You have so much more strength than you can ever even probably imagine.
Yeah, because I haven't cried yet. I'm fixing to.
Yeah, you let it all out. Just let it all out. But let me tell you being strong doesn't mean we can't cry. Being strong is going and being a paramedic, being in the military, being in positions where God is using your life to save the lives of other people. God is using your life to be there at the moments that he needs you the most, that the world needs you the most. And you should definitely recognize that it was a total blessing that you were there by that little girl the moment that happened.
I don't feel like I did enough.
I cannot even imagine going through that.
You did more than enough, and I know that you're feeling that way, maybe a little bit, out of the PTSD speaking, and you may think differently on it as the hours and the days pass here. But I guarantee you saved that girl's life. Mm-hmm. Those extra seconds.
I drove home coated in blood.
Oh my God!
I've still got blood all over my hands, my face, my clothes, my shoes.
Can we? Do you have a support network around you? Some friends to talk to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I've got all my ex-cops. I've got all my ex-paramedics.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Yeah. I've got a great support group.
Good. I just wanted to make sure that you do, because if you said you maybe didn't, we would love to have your number and check on you, or have you call us anytime.
Yeah, you can definitely reach out anytime you're having a rough time or anything, or need to talk.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
Absolutely.
It could have been a lot worse than what it was. There could have been so many people killed. I could have been killed.
Yeah, but
because when he ran past me the second time, he had the gun out, and all I was thinking was, save this girl and take me. She's young. I'm almost 60. Take me. Don't take her.
You are you're an angel on earth is what you are. And I hope that you know that. I hope that you recognize that you're something special. And anyone who lives their life like you, these are, like we were talking about Mr. Rogers, his quote, look for the helpers. You will always find people who are helping. You're the epitome of a helper. And there's a lot of what ifs that could happen, yes. But instead of looking at the what ifs, that you look at the fact that thank God, thank you that I was there. Thank you that I have the skills that I have. Thank you that I had the knowledge I had to be able to just drop into go mode and work mode and save this girl's life.
It's fight or flight. With us, it's fight or flight.
But it's not fight or flight. It's fight or flight, or choose to do what you did.
Right.
And you chose to save her life. And that is huge. That is something that not very few people could do.
Right.
And you were put in that position, in that place for a reason. And you saved a life. And so that's what you look at. That's what you be thankful instead of the what if. Just constantly think of, oh man, thank you that I was somewhere where I could, be there so that someone didn't have to bury their child.
And I do. all the way home, I did.